Hi everyone. I am so happy that I can, meet up and discuss with topics with like-minded people like yourselves. That makes me happy. Um, yeah, and it's drama-free stream, my people. This means that we're going to see less people here because, it's not some kind of big expose, and that's fine with me because the last couple weeks around these YouTube streets have been pretty um dramatic, to say the least. YouTube pretty much stays like that, but lately it's been heavy. And all this heavy negative energy really takes a toll on us. Whether we want to admit it or not. We come here to get away from our mundane everyday lives, and we want to chill out and relax, right? That's what we want to do. And sometimes we don't get to do that lately. So tonight, yes, 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 Billy. Is this like Kanye but Billy? Billy Martin. Hey, um, glitter and rainbows, exactly. As you can see, I got my crystals out on the screen here today, and I'm pretty happy about it. From left to right, we got kind of some of my favorites here. I'm hoping that right now we can all just take a deep breath, right? Do it. Don't think I'm weird. Just take a nice deep breath, deep as you can. Just right, right. AZ's getting weird on you. It's time to get a little weird. Billy. Yep. So listen, I thought tonight I could talk about maybe a couple interesting topics that I have been diving into lately. And we'll go over a couple of good news things. And yeah, it's just going to be a little different. This is so different. And I do have subscriber only chat on, which I didn't even know we could do subscriber only chat. Not member only, subscriber only. That way, hopefully it can weed out the trolls that would love to just rain on the good energy parade. I'm not about nothing but good energy tonight. So if you could just try to keep it positive in chat, I would appreciate that. I just feel like doing something a little bit later today. And I hope that, you can get down with that. I know it's not going to be everybody's cup of tea, but if you like poisonous tea, there are plenty of other places to hop a boat. Poisonous tea is not for me. All right, so let's see here. Where do I want to start with this, right? I thought we could talk about dark energy beings and, energy in general and what that means, right? So I've been delving into the topic of vibrations, right? Good vibration. I am from the Boston area. Good vibrations, okay? We all know that song. I was going to play it, but I know I'll get copywritten struck. Geesh, I can't even talk. All right, so when it comes to the topic of vibration, I don't know what to think. I used to not to know what to think, right? Energy, frequency, vibration, it's all some really wild stuff, right? And it sounds completely crazy when people talk about it. If you've never heard of it, researched it, it sounds a little crazy, right? You're like, oh, AZ's over here losing her marbles. I don't know, she got her crystals out talking about vibrations. But what you cannot deny is there are 12 universal laws, okay? There are 12. The law of vibration is one of those laws, okay? So a person's vibration is their state of being, their state of well-being, okay? A universal law, so don't come for me. Don't come for me thinking I'm crazy. I am crazy, but this is real life, okay? So, everything in the universe is made up of energy, right? Vibrating at a certain frequency. Every thought, every body, every matter, every belief, every emotion is all a form of energy, right? Things either vibrate at a high energy or a low energy. And as you can guess, low energy is not preferable, my friends. Low energy beings are not preferable beings, okay? So, now, let me show you this little scale, this little handy dandy scale I have. You see this up here? This is a scale developed by a scientist, right? And it shows you everything from enlightenment, right, all the way down to shame, okay? And all those numbers you see next to these words are different vibrational frequencies that can be measured. I don't have the measuring device, but the scientists do, okay? So you can measure it because it's an energy, it can be measured. And here's how they go, right? Courage is actually somewhere in the middle, which you think would be way at the top, but nope. It goes from top to bottom. It goes, in case you can't see it, I'll read it out for you. I'm not going to read the numbers next to it, but so from top to bottom, it goes enlightenment, peace, joy, love, reason, acceptance, willingness, neutrality, courage, pride, anger, desire, fear, grief, apathy, guilt, shame, right? So as I'm sure you can imagine, you've definitely encountered people from both ends of the spectrum, right? You could probably think of a few low energy beings right now. You could probably think of a few high energy beings right now. No state of energy ever remains the same, unfortunately. We all have our moments, and that is the truth. So, with that being said, now, human beings fluctuate throughout all these different levels on the scale, right? So, anything that calibrates below 200 actually affects your body, okay? It affects these energetic emotions you have affect the well-being of your entire body, right? They do. So anything from 200, so courage down, right, actually will start to affect your well-being, okay? So anything at a frequency of 500 or above of pure unconditional love is the state of complete harmony of our body and our environment, right? Now this plays a huge role. This plays a huge role in our existence, right? In creating our physical reality. So when a person's energy is not vibrating correctly, they're more easily likely to get stressed out or even get sick, right? Now, not in all cases. I'm not one of those people who think that, oh, you're sick, you must live in this vibrational energy. No. No. I genuinely believe, I know some new age people might disagree, but I believe that, you don't have to, just because you have some awful disease you live with doesn't mean that you lived on a bad energy. No, I believe that these energies either can help you or harm you. I don't think that this is the root of all bad, things that happen to people. Some people believe that. I don't. I think environment has an effect on people, genetics, things like that. So I disagree in that area. Okay, I do. But yes, Stoner Chick, good point. There are channels out there, right, dedicated to playing music that is on frequencies to help raise your vibe, right? So those channels are actually pretty cool. And if none of you have listened to it, I am going to link a bunch of stuff when I'm done here in my description, that you'll be able to check this out. So when you say music channels, most of the channels I've encountered are just noises, like like vibrational humming noises, right? They make them for binaural beats. Yes, they make them for headaches, they make them for sleeping, they make them for all kinds of things, right? Really interesting. There's even apps out there where you can set your own vibrational frequency to what you need at that moment, right? I've kind of gotten into that a little bit. Not too much, but I have. I think it's pretty cool. I definitely feel like the sleep one helps me, but some people out there do make music with these sounds behind them, with these, tuning of the vibrationals behind them where you can't really hear the humming noise, so it's pretty cool. So binaural beats they're called. So here's a list of certain vibrational frequencies, right? So the brain frequency is 72 to 90, right? A normal brain is around 72. A genius enlightened brain is 80 to 82. The human body is 67 to 78. But if you're sick, right? If you have a cold or a flu, you vibrate around 57 to 60, right? So again, 62 to 78 is a normal human body, right? On average. But if you're sick, it's 57 to 60, right? Now, people and places can affect this, right? Obviously. The people in our lives can drain our energy and lower our body frequency, right? Some places you may visit can also disrupt your vibration and make it drop. Sometimes the thoughts in our head aren't even our own, okay? They can be somebody else's thoughts. It's all connected. It sounds so crazy, doesn't it? It really does. People do have the power to make you feel whatever it is they are feeling, and if they're negative, then you can also end up feeling negative, and the opposite is true too. They're happy, you can't help but be happy too, right? So when a conversation is at a high vibrational pattern, you notice you feel good after, right? You run into a friend you haven't seen in a while and you're like, oh hey, it's great to see you, how are your kids? And you walk away and you're still smiling when you walk away because you're just happy, they're happy, everybody's happy, right? And you carry that with you, okay? It's so cool how that works, But television and the news. Television and the news is the next category, right? Now, there are plenty of times that the news, just tuning into the news makes you feel like fearful, right? And it's definitely important to stay up to date on what's happening in the world, don't get me wrong, but watching the news spreads fear and usually negativity, and it lowers our vibration. I honestly try not to watch the news. Like, it's all fake to me. All these politicians are fake to me. They all lie to each other. They all lie to us. It's just a big lie-a-thon. You know what I mean? So I watch the news if I have to. Like, Vlad, peanut butter cookies make me happy. I love that. I love peanut butter cookies. Love peanut butter cookies. You can literally feel bad energy coming off people. Yeah, who just said that? My pineal gland was calling. Jelly donut, you're so funny. I know. Don't use fluoride toothpaste. It's so funny. Like, they say that the pineal gland, right, in your brain, it's like in the center of your brain, that is like the path to enlightenment, right? And they say that fluoride from your toothpaste calcifies that and stops you from becoming enlightened. How true that is, I'm not completely sure. But Baggins, a good poop makes him happy. Okay, that's cool. Yep, pretty cool. So yeah, if at any time in the stream you want to just type in what makes you happy, that's cool. I'm down with that. I just had a Rice Krispie treat made of Fruity Pebbles, and that made me happy. It was not a special one, in case you're wondering. Erica Katie, water. Yes, I'm gonna get into that whole water thing in a minute. So because everything in our universe is energy, including food and beverages, right? Every time we eat or drink something, we absorb that food's energy into our body, or lack thereof, right? So the quality of food that you eat has a huge impact on your vibrational frequency. And I love myself some junk food. Openly objective. Thank you for becoming a member, by the way. Nice, thank you. So, eating healthy and nutritious food that is natural and unprocessed gives your body the nutrients it needs, which purifies your body and it boosts your level, it raises your vibration, and junk food does quite the opposite, right? I mean, let's be honest. As much as I love junk food, I love me some Cheetos and salt and vinegar chips, okay? Yes, the pineal gland is where the third eye is. Thank you, Crystal Magic. You are correct. Thank you for reminding me that part. I forgot to say that. Thanks for using your voice for this type of shit. I wanted to start a channel about it, but I have severe ADHD and I'm really struggling right now. Erica, I can relate. I don't know if you know this, but I also have ADHD. So when I get online at this time of night, I actually really struggle. I really do, because I'm like, comments, this, that, blah, blah, and then I lose my train of thought, and it's difficult. It really is difficult. At this time of night for me, but anybody can start a channel. I tell everybody this. Anybody can do it, You can start a channel, you can pre-record your stuff and not go live, That would be a better way for you maybe, but what did you say up here? Waxy. I believe in this completely. I'll even go a step further and say you are responsible for the energy you bring into your life and onto others. You are right. Yep. Sure thing. I was watching LB last night when I was driving home, right? And she happened to mention briefly that she had an aunt that every time she talks to her, she just is like a negative Nancy, right? And I was like, oh my God, I have one of those. I have an aunt that is just like every time I talk to her, she just stresses me out, right? And it stinks when you have somebody in your family like that because, it's easier to, well, online sometimes it should be easy, but usually it's not, to just ignore these people or not talk to them. But when you have someone in your family who's just like a negative Nancy, it's really hard. Because what are you gonna do? Be like, sorry I can't talk to you today, Auntie, but you're a miserable biatch, and you kill my vibe, so not today. Yeah, you can't say that. No, then she'll go on for the next 10 years talking about how you said she was miserable. So you won't be able to win, so don't do that, okay? So gossip and jealousy. Gossip and jealousy, ooh, that'll bring you right down, right? As much as we all love a good cup of tea around here, me included, right? Me included. I'm not here to play pretend. I love me some tea, alright? But gossip and jealousy and envy, too, are all low vibrational thing. It never makes a person feel good. People who are constantly vibrating higher don't even engage in such activities because they're aware that it can lower their frequency, right? So I hope someday where I can get to a level where I can just not even engage, right? And I'm trying to do that now. So when I tell you guys, right, I'm trying to, go on by example here. When I tell you, like, don't tune into these people who upset you. Like, just don't. I try not to do it because, like, I'm like living proof here. Like, ignorance is bliss. I don't know what so and so's saying over there. It can't bother me. You know what I mean? And it's hard. It's hard. It's hard. I'm not gonna say it's not, but difficult, right? Ignore it. You know. So when you, let me see, where was I going with that? Hold on. Oh, yep, gossip. Okay. So that does nobody no favors, okay? Negative thinking and negative self-talk can have effect on our lives. It causes us stress, anxiety, depression, and for many people, it's a habit, right? It's a habit that keeps you stuck at that low vibrational frequency. Marie Kondo your whole life. Stacy, I love it. Listen, if you don't know who Marie Kondo is out there, I'm sure most of you do, but if you don't, right? This woman is amazing. You need to check her out, okay? She's a little Chinese lady. I believe she's Chinese. Excuse me if she's not. Of Korean descent. And she tells you how to organize your home, right? And even how to fold your clothes. I've never folded my clothes the same way since I watched her, okay? Opening your t-shirt drawer is like a whole new world now. Like, you could see them all, right? It's perfect. Perfect. And I'm not a cleanest person, trust me. My room looks like a clothes explosion, but when I do put them away, I try to fold them in the Marie Kondo way, right? Japanese, thank you, Axie. Spark joy, yes, Jenna. Spark some joy. Before she gives a shirt away, she actually thanks it. I thought the lady was nuts. I was like, yo, this lady's nuts. But I get it. Now I get it, right? So she does. She put her hand over it and just in her mind, she'll just caress her shirt and say thank you. It's kind of weird, but hey, to each their own. Yeah, so that goes along with the whole mess and clutter. Mess and clutter will definitely do that to you. So a closed and narrow mindset. So a closed-minded person is not open to new information. And with a closed mind, you miss out on lots of important stuff, So if you're sitting over here hate watching me right now, talking about how I'm crazy, well, you're lost, not mine. I'm over here vibrating high and you're over there vibrating low. And a closed-minded person is not going to absorb new energy and, you learn less. You stay stupid, okay? So there's that. The victim mentality in the martyr complex is on my little list here. The victim mentality and martyr complex, right? It's easy for us to get into the victim mentality. It is so easy. It's one of the easiest things you can do, okay? Being a victim, it's playing the victim role, right? We're all here to feel that it's easy to say things are being done to you, right? Because sometimes they are. And sometimes, people are rightfully victims. I get that. But people with high frequency understand that no one is to blame for most of the situations they find themselves in, right? They take inventory of their lives, and they usually take responsibility for the role that they played, okay? Now, this doesn't go for everybody. You can become a victim when you didn't do anything. That is possible. But sometimes you play a role in being the victim, okay? I would even wage to say more times than not, you know? And then a person with a martyr complex goes out of their way to find situations that are likely to cause distress or suffering. And it does nothing for a good vibrational frequency, right? So martyr complex, people who go out of their way for disappointment, don't do it. Don't do it. The next one on my list here, let me just get my water. One moment, please. The next one on my list is social media and the internet, right? The internet and social media can be beneficial, but not always. There are some people on here who are just low vibrational beings, right? And if we engage with them long enough, we end up having consequences, right? We feel things like anger, fear, sadness, all of which are low vibrational things, and they can affect the flow of our body, right? Thank you. Stay hydrated. Yes, indeed. Anger makes me stronger. Is that bad? No. In some circumstances, anger and pain can definitely make you stronger, absolutely. Especially pain. And if pain and anger are on the same thing, then yeah, you do end up being stronger for it. But it's better to not be angry, I would say. For sure. It depends on the circumstance. This is not a black and white thing, you know? It's hard to sit here and do this as black and white, painting, but so yeah, everything in the universe is energy. It all vibrates at a certain frequency. This is undeniable truth, right? Undeniable truth. This is scientific proof. This is not some hoopla I'm up here talking about, okay? So higher vibrations are brought about by positive emotions, like empowering other people, their thoughts, their beliefs, their good health, their, strong spiritual awareness. Lower vibrations are brought about by negative emotions, disempowering thoughts, beliefs, poor health, and lack of spiritual awareness, okay? And we all know some of those people, right? So, when you determine something doesn't make you feel good, just remove it from your life. Easier said than done. Easier said than done, T-Spiracy. I know. Okay? So, now that I got my little speech out of the way, my intention for this stream is to just maybe teach you something new, maybe remind you of something that you already knew but you haven't been thinking about, and just do something different. That's my intention. I always like to set my intentions. And yeah, where did I find this wildflower tea? Hello. I found this on Google search. I was, looking up vibrational frequencies, and I just found the photo and I downloaded it. Oh my god. Baggins, BRB, my vibrator is running low, need to make coffee. You're too funny. Okay, so next up, what do I got next up here? One moment, please. So I want to show you a picture, right, of what these emotions and vibrations can look like. So, okay. Let me bring the picture up here. I'm getting a little better at this, guys. I'm getting better. A little bit. I'm getting there. Okay. Here it is. Alright, so add this to the screen. I'll make it bigger. Hold on. It's hard to see. Maybe if I change my background, you can see it better. Hold on. Let me put, guys, just because today is a special event, right? I'm gonna put my peaceful crown on. No, I'll do that later. Oh, here we go. Let me remove the comment. Yay, now we can see. Alright, so do you see? Can you guys hear me? I'm just kind of nervous because I don't see myself on the screen, so I'm like, can you still hear me? Can you let me know? Because I've never done it like this before. Can you hear me? Sorry, I'm still trying to figure out StreamYard, so bear with me. Okay, you can hear me. Okay, thank you guys. Alright, so, you know the song Father, right? That's heavy metal music. Want to know what that looks like as water? Well, look at the upper left, okay? Look at the upper left. That's some ugly water right there, right? Thank you, Jessica. Thank you, Jessica. I'm trying. Alright, now these are words in music, right? So you make me sick, I will kill you is in the middle top. Yikes. That makes no sense. Adolf Hitler, upper right. Bottom left says thank you. Love and appreciation's in the middle. And then bottom right, Mother Teresa. Now you're probably like, okay, what is this? These are water crystals, okay? So there was this guy back in the day named Dr. Emoto, E-M-O-T-O, okay? Why they never taught us this in school, I will never know. I will never know. Because this information has been out there for years. Years. So Dr. Emoto, right, he must have lost his mind one day and he started talking to water. He was like, oh, let me take crystallized water, you know, like frozen or whatever, and I'm going to talk to it and see what it looks like under my microscope, okay? I don't know what he was on to come up with this idea, but props to him for, you know, coming up with this. So Dr. Emoto got his microscope and he started saying words to these crystals, and he noticed that after a while they would display either like a beautiful crystal, like the one that says thank you in the bottom left, and then if he said horrible things or if he played angry music, then they would just be in a state of disarray. Like they would make no sense, right? Now, yes, I believe they don't want us to know anything. I know. Like, why wouldn't they teach us this in school? Think about this for a second, right? Joyce, you're too funny. If they taught us this in school, if we were built to know like all how we think, how we speak, how we interact could affect our bodies, our health, our well-being, everything, right? That would be huge if they taught that in school. But no, they don't. They teach us frickin', you know, algebra and whatnot, but don't ask me where the chickens went, Father. I know, right? So yeah, pretty interesting. I like when he said, you can't see the splinter in your own eye, right? You guys like this? Look I'm feeling so majestic today that I just look at this. A mermaid. Hey. Look at that. Isn't that so funny? Oh my god. Hilarious. This literally made me smile today. But anyways, yeah, you cannot see the splinter in your own eye. Oh, isn't that the truth? I've always said we're all right from our own perspective. Most of the time anyways. Majestic AF, Jessica, you already know. So yeah, I like him. His name is Eckhart Tolle, if that's how you say it. I hear people say his name different all the time. Oprah says it one way, this other person says it another way. He's excellent to listen to. He sounds like you're listening to your grandpa, right? He's like an older, wise dude. He has some great stories, and if you've never heard of him, you need to get familiar because he's really, really cool, right? Oh, you guys like my mermaid? It's pretty cool, right? I was like, yo, I'm gonna make I want to make some, what is it called? An overlay, right? But every time I was making one, it was blocking my AZ thing from, like, you couldn't see it. It would take up the whole screen, and I was stream, geesh. And I was like, you know what? I'll just make a little hole in it. And then I was like, first I just had the waves in the background. Then I was like, why not add a mermaid tail? And then I was like, why not add a blue wig? You know what I'm saying? What is his name? His name is Eckhart Tolle. I'm gonna write it for you because it's easier to it's hard. It's a weird name. It's one of those names where you're like, eh. It took me forever to remember his name, by the way, because it's just weird. So I just wrote it out for you. You thought it was a sperm? Oh my god. Okay, now I have to change it because I don't want to be a freaking sperm mermaid. Oh, here's one. You're gonna like this one. Ready for this? What's up with that? Look at my little alien friend. Yo, look at my alien friend. You want to know what my alien friend's name is? Leon. Yup, that's Leon over there on the left. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed him. I was like, I'm gonna put these people to sleep with this guy, Eckhart Tolle, right? Because If you're not into this stuff and you're not like interested in this stuff, then you'd be like, what? I'm out of here. Like, this dude's gonna put me to sleep. But funny that you say that, because I do listen to him before bed sometimes, and he actually helps me calm down. Just listening to his voice, like his vibration, you know what I'm saying? It helps me calm down. It really does. So yeah, he's pretty cool. He's pretty cool. So this, as you can see, is my alien overlay. We have Leon in the corner. We got Planet Double downtown over there. And some really cool fog, right? But I wanted to really get into some alien DNA stuff tonight, right? But in order to do that, we have to kind of watch this little video about this. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to play another video. I'll just tell the story. So this guy, I believe it was Australia, right? Oh, thank you, Waxy. So this guy from Australia, he kept telling everybody that he was being... Yes, Lisa Frank, yes! I love Lisa Frank. She's my idol. Thank you. So this guy in Australia kept telling everybody that he was being abducted by aliens, right? And nobody believed him, whatever. Until one night, he woke up in the middle of the night and there was he describes it as a blonde alien with like big eyes. Her eyes were 3 times the size of a normal, person or whatever. Alien features. Then they turned away and left. So nobody was believing him, obviously, right? Until he found a blonde strand of hair in his bed. Now this is a true story, right? So he was so convinced that he had been, had an alien encounter that he took the hair to a laboratory, right? He did. And when the scientists studied it, right, they were like, yo, this hair makes no sense. Like, it is blonde. It's like a fishing line. You know what I mean? It was like a fishing line, see-through, okay? And the DNA structure behind it, out of this world. Out of this world. Actually, you know what? I do want to show the... Oh, okay. So speaking of the out of this world stuff, the Hubble Telescope is broken, you guys. Did you know that? That doesn't work anymore. So all those beautiful pictures you see of universes and galaxies and planets and all that cool stuff, RIP to the Hubble Telescope, by the way. Big deal. I think it went up in 2003 and it just recently cropped the bed, which is a huge lifespan for something like that living in outer space. But yeah, that kind of stinks. They're supposed to be sending up a new telescope to take pictures of the universe. Yeah, it's broken. And nobody talks about this on the news either. Like, oh yeah, that machine up in outer space that helps us see our galaxy, which is like the coolest invention ever. Oh yeah, by the way, it's broken. If some piece broke off, I don't know. Usually they can fix it. They've always fixed it. Anytime it's ever broken, they've always found a way to fix it. But this time, I guess there's no hope for it. So, we have a Webb telescope. Oh, I don't know about the Webb telescope, Baggins. I'm sure there's other ones, right? I never heard of that one. I'll have to check that out. Maybe Jeff Bezos can fix it while he's up there. While he's up there? What do you mean? Why, is he going there? Is he going with Elon Musk to live on Mars? These people are crazy. They're already setting up how to live on Mars. Elon Musk is thinking way, way far in advance, I'd say. Alright, so what else do I have here? I think I had another thing. Oh, this was the Earth is flat. Oh my god. Jelly donut. The Earth is not flat, okay? The horizon... The flat Earth people. Is there anyone in here right now that is a flat earther? Is there? Is there life out there for flat earthers still? I don't know. But that's wild. And it's funny too, because if you watch a flat earth video, right? At least when I did anyways, it's almost believable, right? You watch it, damn, maybe the earth really is flat. You start second guessing it, because they're so convincing, right? So convincing. But, the more you look into it, you're like, the earth is not flat, Hey, LB. Yeah. It's like that with a lot of conspiracies. Bye, Poutine. See ya. It's like that with a lot of conspiracies. You listen and you're like, wow, they actually might be right? they might be onto something. Then you snap out of it. You're like, no, that's silly, silly. You know, you have a flat earth friend and you cannot convince them otherwise. I know, right? You really can't. You really can't. It's just weird. I don't know. I don't know. It's nuts. And if you haven't looked into the flat earth phenomenon, people, man, you really should, because your mind will be blown. Excuse me while I put my hat on. You guys like my hat? Oh, I got extra weird on you guys today. So, oh yeah, Hubble Telescope's broken. And then I had one more nice little story for you, and then we're going to end it. Because you know I like to keep my streams under an hour because I turn into a goldfish, and, nobody's entertained at that point. But, yes, LB, you had a great stream last night. Thank you, Waxy, for reminding us. So, before I tell my little story here, LB had a stream last night. She had a woman who really has DID, right? And she came on. That woman was really interesting, and she's very likable. And Albie and her husband asked the woman questions, and she took questions from the chat, and the woman answered them, and it was a really good stream. It was a really good stream. So if you haven't checked that out, you should. I'm also gonna link that. I'm gonna link everything I've talked about when I'm done here. But pretty cool stream. I definitely left that stream, thinking a little bit differently and thinking about some things I didn't think about before, which I appreciate. That lady was really nice. I liked her a lot. She's a really likable lady. Alright, so where's my good news story before we end it here? This is such a nice story, okay? Really nice story. So, Shaquille O'Neal, okay? Now, when I was a blogger, I wrote about Shaquille O'Neal. He's somebody who does like really nice things for people. Like low key. He doesn't ask for accolades, or he doesn't tell anybody about the good deeds he does. He just does them, which is like the best kind of good deed you can do, right? So he does that a lot. I've written about him before. He's an amazing person. He's got a really big heart. Big guy, big heart. So, here's the write-up. Ready? It goes, most people's engagement stories are romantic, or at least worth retelling. But many engagement ring purchase stories are, unless they involve Shaquille O'Neal. The NBA legend was seen in a Zales jewelry store earlier this week looking to buy some earrings. Then he came upon a man trying to pay for an engagement ring, and to help him, Shaquille O'Neal stepped in and footed the bill for the man, right? So somebody started taking a video of it, right? Which Shaq didn't really like, because and I believe him when he says this. He's not like that. Like, he's like, look, let me just do this for you. I don't want to take a video. I don't want to, people thinking I'm a great guy. I just want to do it and be on my way, And that's why he's so cool, right? So, yeah, good guy. So, the quote says, he was just so shy, and he was saying, hey man, how much do I owe to pay off my ring? And I was like, man, how much is the ring? I'm not going to say the amount, but it's not too much for me, O'Neal said. He's like, hey man, I can come back next month and pay it next month, like layaway. And he puts the money down, and I was like, yo, tell your girlfriend I got it. I'll take care of it. And at first he didn't want to take it, he continued. He's like, nah, I can't do that, sir. So I said, don't worry about it. I do it all the time. I'm just trying to make people smile, that's all. And then O'Neal said he didn't mean for the gesture to go viral, because I don't do it for that, adding that whenever he leaves the house, he tries to do a good deed. Right? So cool. So, like I said, this is far from the first time that Shaquille O'Neal has helped like a random stranger. I remember about a year ago, right? About a year ago is when I wrote that blog for the website, and what happened was he came upon an accident. I guess it was, from what I remember, it was hot out too. He came upon an accident on the highway, right? And he stopped on the highway. No, I'm sorry, it wasn't even an accident. It was a car pulled over for like something stupid. It wasn't even an accident, I believe. It was a car pulled over just in the median, right? And he stopped. He walked all the way over, and he asked the people if they needed anything, and they were like, nah, dude, just waiting for AAA, but what's up, Shaquille O'Neal? And he stayed with them until the police got there, and as soon as the police got there, he left. Like, isn't that so nice? Isn't that so nice? Right? Like, he sounds like he's a really good dude. He is. Every time he leaves the house, he tries to do a good deed. That is the coolest thing ever. Coolest thing ever. Yep. And I know I've heard stories of like Keanu Reeves being like that too. Those are the best kind of people, right? Like Shaquille probably does stuff like this all the time. We just don't hear about it, and that's the way it should be, you know? It shouldn't have to be a breaking news story. It seems like he's embarrassed when these things get out in the news, you know? But anyways, thank you for coming to my positive energy stream this evening. I'm very proud of you for each of you taking time out to be in a positive energy stream, because most people would probably just scroll on by and be like, no, where's the drama at, you know? So I hope each of you took something from this, even if it's small, you know. And just, well, I'm not perfect. I definitely have lots of bad energy moments, but it's good to just be reminded, like, we don't have to participate, we don't have to stay in that vibration at all times, you know. Oh, thank you, Axie. So yeah, I hope everybody took something from it. But like I said, I'm gonna link majority of this stuff in the description, and hopefully next time I talk to you guys, I won't be bitching, and I'll just be a normal, calm AZ. Because I seriously took a look at myself this past couple weeks. I'm like, I feel like every stream I'm just complaining, and like that's not who I am in real life. Do you know what I mean? And I don't want my digital footprint to just be negativity. You know what I mean? So, anyways, all right. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. I appreciate you coming. All right. So try to go do a good deed like Shaquille O'Neal, maybe. All right. Maybe not buy an engagement ring, but you know, maybe if you can, maybe whatever. Holla. Bye.